If you guys want a quick but intelligent dynamic warm-up that you can do with a 30-minute session or a client that's running late, watch this video. You know, I like to warm up from the ground, but if I've got a 30-minute session or a client that's maybe running a little bit behind, I like to do more of our warm-up from standing. So you can see we're gonna use a bench and a band for this initial prep session, and we're gonna keep it pretty simple for someone to get a lot done at one time. This first one's just gonna be an alternating hip stretch. You could do it on either end of the bench or sideways, but the idea is that we're taking a nice big step, trying to keep that back leg nice and straight and dropping the hips down. When you do that, the chest should come up. This one's gonna feel great on the hips on both sides, and you're also getting some good hip flexor on that back leg. And this also tends to be a really friendly one for any clients who may be a little bit heavier or have a lot of trouble being on their hands and their wrists when you go from the ground. The other key when you guys are doing these quick warm-ups is making sure that your movements flow well together. So after we've done maybe 30 seconds, maybe 5 or 6 reps per side, I'm gonna have them stay in that same position, and we're gonna go right into a little bit of rotation. This is a great way for us to get in some thoracic spine rotation, because our hips, for the most part, keep our lower back stuck there. I'm pushing hard through the bench, and then you can see I'm turning that hand up towards the sky. So for most people, I'm gonna go through about 3 to 5 on each side here, just to make sure that we're doing some sort of rotation, even though we're going through a little bit of a faster warm up. And then from there, we can stand up. So the next thing I'll do, just to get our shoulders, we did a little bit for the hips, we kind of connected that with the rest of our spine, and now it's time to address just the shoulders. Let's just assume that they're doing a full body workout, so we kind of want to hit everything. 2 easiest ones to do with the band, and you guys can see this is actually a very light band. I would prefer to go with as light a band as I can, just to create a little bit of tension. Trying to keep our arms relatively straight and locked out, and getting a little bit of internal and external rotation. So this is rotator cuff, shoulders, such a common area of restriction and tightness and issue for a lot of people. And the little nuance here, if you guys are following my thumb, I'm thinking thumb comes down in front as I touch the waist or in front, and I'm trying to roll that thumb back as I come back to my butt. Easy things to look for here. If someone's got way too much tension, you're gonna see flighting back. We wanna keep it nice and easy, maybe about 10 reps. And then we roll right into our last move inside of this prep portion, which is just band pull-aparts. Activation of all those muscles in the mid and upper back that are so commonly weak for a lot of people. As you guys are doing this, make sure we're looking for those shoulder blades, staying down, away from the ears to fire that up. So now that we've done a couple of easier movements to kind of get the body going with our prep, we're gonna go right into a prime circuit. So the great thing for your clients that are only 30 minutes, or they're coming in a little bit late, it's gonna feel like we're jumping right into the workout, even though you and I know we're still doing some good warm-up moves for them. So one of my favorite ones that fires up a lot of stuff is gonna be the plate counter squat. You could use anything. I have a larger plate because it's nice and easy to grab, a 5 to 10 pound medicine ball, a 5-pound dumbbell. Keep it light here and move slow. Normally, I'm just looking for 8 to 10 with a pause at the bottom. That's a great way for us to make sure that we're not only grooving the lower body muscles and trying to get them into a good squat position, but you'll find by firing those shoulders out there, big deep breath at the bottom, you're also getting a little bit of shoulder activation, and you're getting a ton of core while we're doing this combination movement. So 8 to 10 reps, 30 to 60 seconds, whatever you see, but again, doesn't have to be a huge heavy weight for that first exercise. The second one that we're gonna go through and do is going to be a reverse lunge and row. So you could do this with a band or a cable. Bands are always easy for me to set up and grab, or I'm gonna do my warm-up circuit near a cable and keep this relatively light. But just like it sounds, right, we did our squat. I'm doing another one where we get a lot of muscles firing. Reverse lunge. And on this version today, you guys can see whatever arm I have out, that same leg is going back. And then simultaneously, I'm gonna stand up and row. Now, if you have clients, guys, if they're not super coordinated, right, or you've never done these before, just have them hold that lunge and row. That's fine. Otherwise, I really like here, reverse lunge, row. We're getting a little bit of single leg work in. Now we're really starting to fire up the glutes and the quads. And there's extra intensity without there being weight by us using that band. And then the third and final one, we've kind of hit everything at this stage, right? We did something for the legs, the core. Now we've gotten the back going. We did the shoulders a little bit with our front raise. The third one, great lateral core work. A lot of people integrating in carries in their warm-up can be super beneficial. It's also a really great way to get the body temperature skyrocketing quickly because you got a lot of isometric muscles working here. So there's a lot of ways we could do this. You could sub it for any carry. I like the offset carries because we get a lot of obliques on the opposite side and it really forces them to slow down and focus on that position. So I'm not gonna go through and walk out of the frame. You could even just do offset marches to fire up that core. Just those 3 exercises alone, 1, 2, if you're feeling crazy, maybe 3 times, and that's gonna conclude your prime. Put this to use, steal this warm up, and if you're using it for yourself or your clients, don't forget, share it on your social media, tag us at Axiom Fitness Academy, and we'll reshare it as well.